Hello and welcome back. Sorry the videos have been a little sparse lately. I filmed a bunch, but my internet was down for like 2.5 weeks. You know, the internet company charges you for it, but doesn't really want to fix it. So, got that all squared away now. So that's why the videos were slow, but a little bit of an update. So I got some work that's going to start getting done on the 94, the Dodge. Going to be ordering a new turbo for it. Because I actually blew the turbo at the sand dunes this year. It basically just pukes oil into the intake tube. So going to get a bigger one, because bigger's always better, or so they say. But that should be happening in the next week or so. I should be ordering that. Probably won't have it for a few days, but once I get it, I'm gonna get it stuck right on. That, and I'm doing the 5-speed swap. I'm gonna finish that. It's not too bad to do, so I'll be wrapping that up. Probably next week or the week after, I'll have the 5-speed done, new turbo. I haven't decided yet, but I might do valve springs, push rods, stuff like that. Do a little more engine upgrade, especially with the new turbo. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be all push for boost, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more than what I'm getting on a stock Charger, or kind of stock. So I guess the best way to describe what I have is it's got a HX comparable to an HX40 compressor housing stuck on an HX35. So I don't know how the setup was exactly done, but that's very similar to what it is. It's like a HX40, but it's not. You know, I just couldn't handle. I think what happened was when I peaked it at the sand dunes at 60 pounds of boost, or past 60, I don't know. My gauge cuts out at 60, and when I got to the end of the drag strip there, I have no idea where my boost was because it was off my gauge. Same with my EGTs, I have no idea. They were somewhere past 1500, so I'm assuming they were probably in the neighborhood of 1800 degrees, but I didn't hold them for too long. You know, once I don't get that high until I hit third on the automatic, so it's, yeah. I haven't figured out the whole EGTs thing, because that truck I've hauled before and been at 11, hauling heavy, 1,000, 1,100 degrees always, and then it would climb to 1,300, 1,400 if I got into the gas, just because the load I was hauling was, 15,000 pounds plus the trailer, something like that. I was hauling like a decent chunk of weight, so that should be getting that all taken care of here pretty soon. So I'm putting a rear end in it, tranny swap, the new turbo. So we'll see how it does, because it's actually going to have 410s in it. The new rear end is 410s, so I think I might get a lift for it. Not sure. You know, a lift, I think I might like the 410s. If I had a lift, 38s and 410s, I think I would like that setup. I think it would haul good, and it might be the perfect balance of gearing to power, so I'm not breaking stuff. You know, sure, I could put 355s and just, it's got the power to spin the 355s, that'd be no problem. But whether or not it's actually going to be good for the tranny, I don't know. That's a lot of power going through the trans. So I think with the turbo will put me, once I get the turbo in and the tranny swapped, I'm gonna put that thing on a dyno, and see what it's actually put into the rear wheels. So from what I understand, I should be at least 600. They said I'd be more likely 650 probably to the rear wheels. So it's been specifically built to be able to tow heavy. Eventually I'll probably get into hauling across country, possibly. And I might go get trucks in other parts of the country. So we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But so I went to Wisconsin in this thing. I actually ran pretty good. It's running a lot better since I got back because I drove straight through. It was a total of 26 hours in the car, including stops and everything. So it was, I think, 11-hour drive there and an 11 or something hour drive back, which is really only 22, your 22 hours. But I think there were about 4 or 5. We made about 4 or 5 hours worth of stops in there. We stopped at we went through the UP, so did a scenic trip, stopped at a few places on the way there, just to break up the monotony of, it's annoying to listen to the drone of this truck for 11 hours. I think I'm going to get rid of the 4-inch piece of pipe that I have in there, go back to a 3, put a muffler in. Just, it'll make it, I mean, it's not going to really restrict my flow much, it'll just make it more enjoyable. I got an intercooler, that's another big one. I picked up an intercooler for this truck, just a Super Duty intercooler with piping. Bought it for $100. So I'm gonna custom make I'm gonna mount it to my core support in the front. I have to move my tranny coolers around. That's gonna be a bit of a trick because I have 2 and they're gonna interfere, I'm sure. So I'm gonna have to custom make the intercooler to fit. Once the intercooler's in there, then I'm gonna have to custom make my piping and my spider setup. I don't know if I'm gonna use, a friend of mine's got a factory Super Duty spider, which should work, but I don't know if I'm gonna jump to bigger plenums, or I don't know. I haven't worked all those details out yet to see. I might just keep the stock plenums and then run a bigger spider and a piping setup, because the pipes cannot flow. Like, you're supplying a 2.25 inch pipe with a 3-inch. So your plenums are 2 1/4. So a single 3 to 2 2.25s. The single 2 1/4s cannot flow as much as the single 3-inch. So it's really not that important to swap them out. Some people say it is. You can do the math yourself, but 2 2 1/4s are going to flow more than 1 3. It's pretty, there's just more volume able to go through the pipes. So we'll see what I end up doing. I don't know yet. I'm going to get the intercooler in here hopefully this week, the later end of this week, and get it plumbed in and hooked up, because this thing runs real hot. Like right now, I think I'm at 900 or 850 degrees. I'm barely in the throttle. So it just due to the no intercooler setup, it's just hot, And I don't know. TS tunes are pretty hot from what I've heard. So I think eventually those are going to go by the wayside, and I'm going to get something a little more custom tuning when I do injectors. I'll get a custom tuned setup for this. So I'll probably and I might do a different, I don't know, I got big plans. I think I want to do this, but I don't know. I want a 4-door long box, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this doing stuff to this, or if I'm just going to pretty much stop, do the injectors, and then stop, and then buy a 4-door long box and start doing stuff to that. Because I like it makes a nice, the 4-door long box would make a nice road trip vehicle because there's plenty of room. I tried to find one with the back seat that flips down. It turns into a bed. That way I could do some more more cross-country stuff would be a lot easier to do because you'd have a bed built right in. So we'll see. I got some ideas. I'm just not sure. This might just become the work truck, straight up just abuse and not really care about, because I mean it's rusty. It was rusty, and I fixed it. So I don't know. But things I've done and that I haven't filmed, I put carpet in here. The truck's got carpet. I basically took a camping rug, like a gray one. I cut it to fit. I sanded down the whole. I pulled the whole interior out when I put the carpet in. Sanded down the floors in here and sprayed them with about 6 cans of undercoating. So I basically sprayed the floor with some thick rubber. You know, I think it's about a 1/4 inch thick on the floor. Trying to quiet it down. It made a huge difference in the sound. Took a lot of the drone away. It still drones from the stacks and underneath the passenger floor pan, but that will be fixed when I pull the headliner out and put some bed liner on the roof to help it. And then the doors are going to get it as well. Inside the doors, I'll pull the panels, spray the inside of the door. Just anything to help, and then I'll probably dyno mat the whole inside of this thing. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how carried away I get with this truck. I'm not really in. This truck's just kind of going to be the work truck, really. You know, the Dodge, I will do a lot more in-depth stuff like that. So that's interior swaps and stuff like that. So, but stay tuned. This is kind of just an update video for you. I don't have really much to show you in terms of truck videos and stuff like that. We're just letting you know why there hasn't been much going on. So as soon as I start getting stuff, I will stuff in for the Dodge. I will show you that as it comes in. A few other projects and stuff. So just stay tuned for that, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on. That way you get notifications when I post videos. So we'll catch you in another video. Alright, it's a bit of a different video here. As you can see, this is well, what's left of my motorcycle. I tore it all apart, changing a few things up. I custom made this motorcycle, actually, sort of. It was a GS 500 Suzuki, and I chopped all this up, made my own seat right there, custom made that. Basically did like a Street Fighter slash sunny day and it's thundering out. It's pretty crazy. Slash Street Fighter. So we're in the process of changing a few things. I have driven it, had a few things done. Guess I'll show you something we're doing with this. This is the old airbox. And I said, screw that, because this is the little tiny filter it had, and supposedly I'm supposed to get enough airflow through that. Yeah. And I was going to put it like a K&N, but they're like $70. Like, yeah, no. So basically, I got this all out. I'm going to make a custom adapter here to go from 2 inches into like a tube. And then there's going to be a 4-inch cone filter in there. It'll just barely fit. Should supply a lot more airflow. I'm going to make a bracket to hold this in here somewhere. Got to make a plate to hold all these wires and relays and everything, keep the wheel from throwing dirt onto them. And kind of shield the air filter too. Changing a few things up like that. So hopefully it'll run better, because it, faster is always better. Basically, it's getting to the point, yeah, I could ride this, but I'm getting to the point where I need to start doing things. My rear tire's getting there. My front tire is really bad. I don't know what happened to it, but it's really choppy right through here, so it makes me kind of nervous. I'm also moving my headlight up. It was mounted down like right in here, and I'm moving it up to right in front of all this. Get more airflow through. Things like that. Gonna make some frame sliders and whatnot. Probably make these rear pegs bolt on for a cleaner look. So things like that. Just get it cleaned up a little bit, make it a little more how I want it. So I'll make a place to store the registration and insurance and all that good jazz. But
I'm going to change the gearing on this. There's going to be quite a few videos on this because I'm going to change the gearing, do a clutch in it, brakes. I mean, basically all winter long I'm going to be working on this, that, and that. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. So yeah, that's your sneak peek of things coming on with the Dodge, the 94. Got that thing, got some work done to that yesterday. Didn't get any filming of it because it was very, very boring. But you'll see some footage in the next video of some work we're gonna do. It came out real good. Looks really, really sharp, so stay tuned for that video.